what do you think is the most important thing that a startup needs to think when it's planning its IPRs, what to register and maybe even a strategy?
So my experience and advice is really that start registering once you see and have some traction. So if you are still finding a market fit, then wait with all kinds of registrations.
And in your experience, how do you decide what to protect and what not to protect when you move along?
Well, today you need to create social IP. So you need to make sure that you are having a good URL, Twitter handles, create a website, have Facebook page. So these types of soft IP that then would lead to a good ranking in Google. So the ultimate KPI is, are you first on Google?
Have you seen any major changes in the number of patent application filings in Russia in the past few years?
Well, of course, the political situation always like this lays a sort of a dark shadow in the political and economic situation in the Eurasian region. However, we at Papula-Nevinpat have surprisingly maybe not seen any kind of decline in the number of filings in patents or trademarks into this region. And maybe on the contrary, there has been a slight increase in certain technological fields such as pharmaceuticals.
What are some of the biggest challenges for trademark owners regarding different media channels that companies should keep in mind?
I think it's important for them to really plan ahead with their brands. So at the outset, when they're developing their brands, they need to have a clear understanding of how it will appear in the different media channels. People are often doing business now on phones, iPads, through mobile applications, different social media platforms, so that a company needs to have a clear understanding of how their brand will appear in these different formats so they can put in the appropriate protection, because they may use slightly different branding and logo types in a Facebook application or on Twitter where they might on a general website. So I think that the need is to plan ahead to make sure all these different things are covered.
How big are the differences actually between the so-called Wild West and Wild East?
I think the differences are very small. Russian court system works very well these days. You get very good court decisions from there. And especially I think if you are a Russian company, for instance a subsidiary of a Finnish company, but established in Russia, the chances are good. Maybe for some foreign companies there might be big more challenges, but still I think it works well, and both in the East and in the West you can every now and then get surprising decisions.
Referring to your presentation today, what are some of the key points to keep in mind when entering into patent litigation?
Well, I think one of the big things is you don't want to hear from the other side things about your patent that you didn't know before. So I would suggest that investing upfront in really having a thorough analysis of your patent, doing prior art searches, getting other lawyers with a fresh perspective to look at your patents and find vulnerabilities is money well invested, because otherwise you're going to be litigating patents, letting the other side look through them in much more detail than you are and telling you how bad they are. I think this is potentially wasting money, and money well spent up front if you carry out that kind of analysis.
Minkälaisiin odotuksin tulit nyt tänä vuonna tänne IPR-huippuseminaariin?
Tulin ehkä ennen kaikkea tänne tapaamaan muita IPR-alan ihmisiä. Tästä Papulan tilaisuudestahan on nyt keskeytynyt tässä muutaman vuoden aikana merkittävä IPR-alan tapaamistilaisuus, missä tapaa kaikki vanhat tutut ja uudet ihmiset.
Minkälaisten asioiden kanssa nyt itse tällä hetkellä eniten painiskelet?
No, meillä on Mä tuun UPM:ltä ja meillä on semmoinen valtava muutosprosessi metsäsektorilla menossa, niin oikeastaan tämä IPR:n merkitys tämmöisessä muutoksessa on aika iso ja siihen liittyy kaikki sieltä sopimuksesta suojaukseen ja hyödyntämiseen ja käyttöön, että se on aika laaja sektori, mitä koko aika tehdään ja missä tehdään töitä.
Onko sun alan ihmiselle tärkeämpää se, että tullaan tänne verkostoitumaan vai sitten toisaalta kuuntelemaan esityksiä?
Itse asiassa sekä että, koska tämä on sellainen paikka, missä mä pääsen ainakin kuulemaan toisten yritysten vastaavia keissejä, eli miten he on ratkaissut heidän IPR, jos siellä on keissejä, ongelmia ja mitä muuta niin että miten he on sen ratkaissut. Eli nyt tänäänkin on ollut Nokian renkaat, mainioita esimerkkejä siitä ja on ollut kiva huomata, että muilla on ihan samanlaisia haasteita kuin meillä.